Finding Calm in the Chaos. I am Denise Sith, and this is my podcast. Hello, everybody. This is Denise. Welcome to another edition of Finding Calm in the Chaos. Happy Valentine's Day, my friends. I'm actually just starting to get back into Valentine's Day because Mr. Sith and I are trying to get a closer marriage and become a stronger unit. And although I'm not a big fan of like Hallmark holidays, I do think that we're just doing little things around the house for each other. There's that. So yeah, happy. One thing I've just, I'm going to tangent here for a minute. Bear with me. Hang on. Buckle up, guys. This episode is called The Purge, and we will talk about that more in a minute. But I wanted to just go on a tangent for a minute to just say that how extremely disappointed I am in, at least in my area in the Midwest in Northwest Illinois, that you cannot find anything Mardi Gras. Like, I found this tiny little king cake at this place that is a cruise from my house, so I didn't get anything outside of trying to see if it was bogus. And it was good. It was like one of the original cinnamony almond. It was more almondy, like the original French king cakes. But it was just like a little tiny, like the donut size, like maybe like the size of an apple fritter. So I'm just disappointed. Like, you can't get a king cake. Next year, I'm ordering it with my friend Leslie down in Louisiana. I'm literally just going to place an order and Venmo her and just have her ship it to me. Because, like, I'm tired of, like, I literally had to even put up a post in my mom's group locally to be like, hey, King's Cake, anybody know where you get that? We're so desperate to celebrate Mardi Gras that we had our local, the Milk House. If you're local to McHenry County, Kane County area, there is a place in Pingree Grove called the Milk House. And they make ice cream from scratch, and they are doing, I think they're due all week, but they did Mardi Gras flavors. And yeah, amazeballs. There's that. So let's get on task today. Hello, everybody. Let's bring it in. I'm reeling it in. I'm breathing myself in. Who am I kidding? I'm reeling myself in because a lot of people, I have noticed that pretty much everybody on Facebook right now that I know is decluttering their home, like completely. Like 2024 is, I mean, we've been beaten up pretty much in 2020, 21, 22, 23. Okay. 2024 is like some sort of fresh renewal for people, or at least we're paving the way for it. Election time. Just saying. I think that everybody has something going on here. So I didn't realize so many people were purging like I was. So I have totally been decluttering my house, little steps by little steps. I know a lot of people had showed concern. Denise, don't overdo it. Then you're going to be sore. People do. Don't I know it? This old gal learns eventually, but, I am taking breaks and doing all of that. And for those of you who did not tune into the last couple podcasts, the parentals have left the building. So currently I am reclaiming my house back. And what I'm doing is I'm really getting rid of a lot of stuff. I'm not even joking. I'm like, I had mentioned in the last episode, I am like out condoing Maria Kondo. That's where I'm at. But there are many benefits to decluttering. And I wanted to talk about that because I'm starting to notice that. Not that I didn't know that you shouldn't keep a cluttered house, because quite frankly, I have OCD. So my house, this is about as cluttered as it's ever been. And we have stuff that we haven't touched since we moved in. And I'm thinking, what's in that box? Do I really need it? Now, I did have people show concern in that, like, especially when you're doing paperwork purges, which I haven't even gotten to yet. That's going to be the last thing on my list. But with respects to just purging stuff in your house, I am going through. So some items I'm donating And some items I'm discarding and I'm throwing away only because they're either worn, they're stained or whatever. I'm not donating that. Just because you need donations doesn't mean you like should wear stained clothing. So I'm only giving things that are in really good condition, or in my case, in my closet, things that still had freaking tags on them. Really? So it was interesting. I had trouble. Mr. Sith did his side of the closet. I'm not finished with mine because he didn't put stuff on the floor. I did. So yeah, I'm still going through that. But like he had trouble. There's no easy way to say this. His mother's a hoarder. Okay. And so I honestly can't even stand in her house because it gives me an OCD meltdown. So I rarely go there. She usually comes here. I think I've been there like 4 times. I wish I was joking, but I'm not. So I prefer a neat house, but Mr. Sith suffers from some of that hanging on to stuff. And I understand that some things are sentimental, but then there has to come a time where you have to see whether or not there's anything that you really need it for. So for instance, one of the things, he had 2 suits in his closet. Number 1, they were both still wrapped in plastic from a dry cleaner, which in my world is a huge no-no. First off, wire hangers. I honestly, like Joan Crawford, think you should be beat with them if you're still using them. I'm joking. Maybe. I prefer to only use the velvet hangers because I don't like that hump on your shoulders from bad hangers. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't like when you get that little bump on your shoulder because your hangers were not holding your clothes up properly, like at the shoulder line. Like it literally, it makes me insane. So I have specific hangers that I use, and we're assimilating Mr. Sith over to those hangers. But I gave him all that I had. And here's the funny part is that I didn't have to give up any current hangers. I actually have had a bag of them, like a package of 50, because I keep them on backup. You never know. You got to have hangers in my house. So I'm looking at the suit and I'm like, okay, so one is just a suit that he thinks was his, like, I forget, a graduation suit, but I don't know what graduation. I'm going to be super honest with you. That's what I think. Or it was a party. I don't know. But anyway, number 1, there are multiple reasons he needs to get rid of this suit. Number 1, it doesn't fit him. Period. Okay, that should be enough right there. Number 2, it's out of style. It is not the proper style of a suit for today, and it wasn't a classic suit that he bought. So there are some classic timeless cuts of suits, and it wasn't one of those. So it didn't fit. So then he's trying to sell me on it. I feel like he's just kind of like hanging them and trying to, hang on to it. I'm like, just donate it. Donate it. Because somebody could use it for a costume or, whatever. Maybe they don't have, the finances available and they could use it over like a suit jacket over something, casual. But you have to donate that. So now there's another suit jacket. It's just a suit jacket this time, not the suit and pants. And he goes, now, mind you, I am not a cold-hearted bitch, but his attachment to this suit jacket was that he wore it to his father's funeral. And I totally get that it had some sort of sentimental value. But when's the last time you taught? Because he was like, oh, I have this here. Like, so he didn't even realize he still had it, which to me is a donation bin, right? If you didn't know you had it, then buy, right? It served its purpose for something that was tragic, but it is what it is, right? So then he's trying to sell me on this suit. And I'm like, first off, it's too short for you. Like it cropped like at his waist. I'm like, I'm sorry. Are you like a maitre d'? You can't wear that. Number 2, you cannot even button that. And he's like, I can button one button. And I'm like, okay. And now we're just joking about it because he's seeing how ridiculous this is. And so he puts it on. He's got a button just on the top button, right? He goes to put his arms up, and I kid you not, the sleeves went up to like just below his elbow. And I'm like, donate. Just saying. Like, how did your arms grow? I don't understand that. Like, I mean, you wore that as an adult, a young adult, but you wore it as an adult. I didn't realize your arms grew. Most likely it ill fit at the time of purchase. I'm just going to put that out there. So he struggled a little bit with his side of the closet because I'm just like, I haven't even seen you wear this. Let's just put it this way. I took tags off and stickers off of clothing he got for Christmas this year that was still just sitting on a dresser. I'm like, maybe you wouldn't need all these old clothes if you hung your new ones up. Hello? So there's that. But I will tell you that as I'm cleaning through this and doing laundry, yes, I'm doing laundry. And if you know me, you know I hate laundry with every fiber of my being. But I got so tired of trying to tell Mr. Sith how to do the laundry, and he does not do it the way I want it. I don't understand. It's a system that you need to balance out, okay? The container, the little departments in the machine are right there. Fill all the compartments up with the things on top of the shelf. Just fill it up. Somehow I get my stuff. It's like so hard. Like he did bathroom towels the other day. I told him, just FYI, it is a fact that you use very little fabric softener, if any, in the wash, because it will ruin the absorbency of the towels. If you didn't know that, now you know. Okay? That translated in Mr. Sith's head as in, don't use fabric softener. So now I have sandpaper towels. I can't. Okay? So, and it also takes them forever, and he never does my laundry. So I literally did more laundry yesterday and the day before than he's done in maybe 6 months. Because I'm doing towels, I'm doing rugs, I'm doing, throw blankets for the living room. I'm making sure everybody's bedding's done, that the new bedding is on and that old bedding is stored and that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's been interesting. So today I have to go through the bottom of my closet, which is 100% shoes. And I'm sure that I have this thing about shoes. I only like certain kinds of shoes because with my lupus, I have issues with shoes. So when I find one I like, I just stick with it. But I promise I'll get to decluttering. Well, this is all part of decluttering. But I tend to have this idea that I can wear certain shoes and then I buy them and I'm not 100% sold on them. And so then they just sit in the bottom. Like I have a pair of Sorel boots, or Sorel, I don't know, on the bottom of my closet, and I'm pretty sure I paid a pretty penny for them. I don't know, but I've maybe worn them like 3 times. There's that. And I don't know anybody who wears like a size that I do anymore. So I'm like, you know what? I wish I knew somebody I could just donate them to, but I don't. Nobody wears like my size. My nieces are all like size 9, and that's what I wear now. So even I can't even wear these shoes right now if I wanted to, because they're just too small, because my feet after the surgery and everything have gotten bigger. So there's that. One of the things that I like, even in the small little strides that we've made thus far, just in our bedroom, is this feeling of like satisfaction, right? You clean something and you're just like, yes. It just looks neater on one side, the appearance of it, the whole feeling that you actually satisfied something, you did something productive, you're doing the right thing. Because in all honesty, I've realized that I just have too much stuff and I don't want this stuff and it's not necessary. And I need to move forward, just that I just can't anymore with stuff. And so I've decided that I'm just going to get rid of it. Somebody will use it or they won't. You know what I'm saying? So one of the things I looked up, like what the benefits of decluttering your home actually are. And I'm almost shocked at all the things they came up with that we really procrastinate for so long. But to me, these benefits are like way better than procrastination. I was like, why did I wait so long? Well, I had planned on doing this before Christmas, but then the parentals moved in. So then I went into like my semi-depression until they left. And now I'm like all in. So one of the things is, I'm just going to rip through some of these. So one of the things is better sleep, which you're like, oh, okay. Like, why didn't you know that, Denise? I didn't, to be honest with you. I didn't. And to have the better sleep, just knowing, basically just to know that your house is cleaner and that you're carrying less stuff, promotes better sleep. For me, I'm seeing it a little bit because I'm just exhausted, like completely. But studies, like legitimate studies, have found that having this chaotic environment does have an effect on your sleep. And when you're removing all these extra items, you're creating a less chaotic atmosphere. And so in turn, your clutter-free home feels calmer and more peaceful and can promote better sleep. I'm like, well, that's a bonus. I'm all in on that. So, you know what? I'm going to jump into these other ones, but I just want to take a little break for an endorsement again, and we'll be right back. Hey everybody, Denise here. Listen, you guys know that I have been on this food journey, and I've really amped it up this year, going a majority of plant-based. And one of the things that I have utilized to help make this journey a little bit easier and have what I need, the food available to me at a convenience, has been Daily Harvest. Daily Harvest is a company that's on a mission to make it really easy to eat more sustainably grown organic fruits and vegetables every day. Why? Because getting 5 servings daily can help you live longer on a healthier planet. But also it's because it is really hard in a busy lifestyle and day to day, especially as moms, to actually be able to get those servings in. And I absolutely, hands down, use their products every day. The number one that I love, the smoothies. So this is huge. I literally just add water. My favorite of all time is the cinnamon, the carrot cinnamon. That's what it is. It tastes like a carrot cake, except it's good for you. And they have tons of them. They have cold brew options. They have greens options. They have just fruit options. They have super acai options, and all of these different, whatever fits your lifestyle, they have. I can offer to you guys a personal code that I have that is just like everybody else can get one. You can get one as well if you sign up for the product and pass it on to someone that you know. You can get up to $65 off on your first order, depending on what meal plan or products that you selected, by just using the code RE-K4LMG46 at checkout. Again, I will put the code below on the podcast for people to copy. But again, that promo code is RE-K4LMG46, and get yourself some Daily Harvest. Start a new journey for yourself, just like I did, and feel better about you. Hello, we're back. Little endorsement. Thank you guys for getting through with the endorsements. I really appreciate that. I'm working on sponsorship. Anyway, with somebody I actually like. So better sleep. If you declutter your home, you are having a better chance of getting greater sleep quality. I will say that I'm so exhausted that I'm usually like, oh, and then like I've had to actually take Tylenol and do like my little holistic pain rub on my back, my lower back. And I will say that my feet aren't giving me that much of a problem. Like, I should clarify that my ankles are not giving me so much of a problem. The problem is the neuropathy in my toes. Can't stand it. So if you have neuropathy, I'm sorry, because it really sucks. Now, the other thing it does, besides better sleep, is it promotes less stress. Okay, because our outer environments, and I've stated this in the past, our homes, our workplace, like your workplace, whether it's at an outside place like an actual building or a workplace, or in your own home, just your surroundings in general affect your inner environment, your body and your brains. That is scientific. Okay, because feeling like your home and your stuff in it are out of control can be stressful for pretty much everybody, right? If your home's out of control, you're out of control. It's very stimulating. That's why you get that feeling after you clean something. You're like, ooh, that feels good. Like, I feel like I accomplished something. And then you just feel like, you know what I'm saying? That is because it is psychologically having a good, like, what am I saying? Like, oh, I hate when this happens. I love having a podcast, but I can't think of words to say. It has a calming effect on you. Okay. So I'm just making up what I need. It also makes for easier cleaning. You know, this is so true. And it's 100% why I always liked having a clean home and an uncluttered home, because to me, then you can go from room to room to room and it's really easy to dust and take a vacuum and a quick whatever and mop it and like leave. Bye. Right. When I let it go, like I have, now I feel like I'm constantly trying to catch up because there's so much to do upstairs that I don't want to let it go downstairs. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you relate to this in some way or form, but cleaning actually becomes infinitely easier. Okay. Because cleaning's harder and more time consuming when you have a lot of clutter everywhere, right? And then you kind of feel like, yeah, I don't want to clean because then I got to move all this clutter. And you know what I'm saying? It's just too much, right? If you're cleaning a cluttered home out, it's not only difficult, but it's kind of less effective because you're really not cleaning all the surfaces because there's stuff everywhere, you know? And I have also found, number one, that I was having trouble with, well, I still am because I'm cleaning it, but I was having trouble with like my eyeball is so irritated, like allergy irritated. And I tried like, do I have pink eye? Do I have this? Do I have that? No, I don't have any of that. It's just literally the dust and the clutter in the house accumulating and not being taken care of like I normally do it. And it was affecting me. It was affecting like my skin. It was affecting how it just, to me, like I'm breathing and I feel like it's so much more clean. And I will also say that I have been researching air purifiers and just water purifiers in general. I prefer to stay with the same company if I can. And so I've been looking everywhere for one. And I found a company. Every time I find a company that I think I like, I put it out there and then somebody shoots it down and I'm like, well, on to the next. And so one of the companies I found, like I was not getting any, it's called Sans, S-A-N-S, obviously like sans dust. Okay. Not there. And so I looked everywhere and they're really pretty and modern and they give you like calculations of VOCs and 2 different kinds of like stuff floating around your house. I don't know. That's why I send it to Mr. Sith. I'm just like, it's pretty. They say it's quiet and it cleans really well. Okay, now you check it out and tell me what the specifics are. Does that pass your test? So it must have, because he randomly ordered one. They're not cheap, but they're not the most expensive either. But they're definitely not a lower end in price. Okay. So they have small ones that do like, I think it's 400, 500 square feet. And then they have a mother one that does like 1,200 square feet. And so I wanted a big one for down on the first floor. And then I wanted a little one like in the bedrooms upstairs. But apparently I could put it in the loft and it'll do all of them. But I'm like, yeah, I'd rather have it in my bedroom. Just because that's where Buster sleeps. So I figured, kill 2 birds with 1 stone there. But he got me the little one so we could try it out. And I was just like, I see the difference already. I see it already. So I'm super excited that he got that for me. I'm like, yay, thank you. So better sleep, less stress, easier cleaning. Apparently it also saves you money. Because when you think about it, you're saving money because you'll be less likely to buy things spontaneously. We'll see if that's true. And you're more mindful of your purchases. Because I've spent so much time. I mean, when I think about it, yeah, I do want to do that going forward. That, when your home is all cluttered, you can't find the things you need. And then I have to wind up replacing them. Like the utility knives with Mr. Sith. I'm going to find 20 utility knives in the basement when I get down there. But systematically decluttering the home will cause me to face like past purchasing decisions, right? And, I think that that's going to save me money in the long run because I don't want any of that stuff. And I'm telling you, there's stuff down there that I don't even know is in our basement or that we don't even need. And like, I just want to get big boxes or like section off the basement with like tape and then like make squares. And like this square is for the yard. This square is for camping. This square is, tools. This square is like storage stuff, like stuff from my high school, stuff from Peter's baby stuff, that kind of thing. I think that's what I want to do so that I could break it down. And then I'll find out in the long run that I'm going to save a ton of money because I don't need stuff because it's all been in the basement, buried under all the stuff that Mr. Sith has down there. There's that. He ain't going to disagree with me. If I took a picture of my basement, you guys would die. Another benefit, increased productivity. So this makes sense to me because if what mental clarity comes from removing unnecessary items, right? That removing clutter and having that clean issue, your environment, I should say, that is going to increase your focus on tasks that are important. And that then leads to increased productivity. It makes total sense. So I really see that, like energize you into productivity mode. That's what it does. Because the more I'm decluttering, the more I want to do. It's like getting me going. And when you're decluttering, you're actually problem solving and you're getting things done, right? I'm getting an idea of what I have too much of, and what I need, if I need it at all. So that helps too. So increase productivity. This was one that I found very interesting, and it was more confidence, because when you clear the clutter and the distractions from your life, it becomes easier to figure out who you really are. Think about that. A lot of people become anxious. I will tell you that most people, well, not most people, I can only account for my friends, and I'm not naming anybody, but I know several people that suffer from a little anxiety or a little too much stress in life, and they'll call me on occasion. And then I've seen their house and it's cluttered. And I'm like, it wasn't like that before. And so it really does go hand in hand. So I think that you get more confidence with less clutter because you feel like you can take care of stuff. It's easier to gain clarity about who you are. So there's that. So more confidence. That makes sense. Better relationships. Okay. I mean, think about that. I mean, when you have less clutter, there's fewer distractions, I guess, competing you for like your time and energy and attention. Mr. Sith and I are working on that too. So we are decluttering together. But think, like right now, we want to do family time, which we do. But if you're the den or the living room, whatever you want to call it, is all cluttered, that becomes a little bit more difficult for me. I feel like I can't relax and truly enjoy like having family time. But if my den is clutter free, we're going to have probably a much greater chance of wanting to spend some time in there and actually do stuff together. So true. I can't just sit around if it's like there's stuff everywhere. It's not going to happen. Improve focus. Because similar to how like clutter can make you feel more stressed, it can also affect your concentration. And there was a study that found that we will typically find clutter around areas that we do the most work. So our stress areas. So if your cubicle or your desk at work is a shit show, that makes so sense, because scientifically, the studies have shown that clutter affects our ability to focus and concentrate, and that we will tend to have our high stress areas be the noisiest clutter-wise, is what I meant. Not like noisy, but noisy with clutter. It reduces anxiety. Oh, amen to this. I know this for a fact. It will help reduce anxiety because, you're basically feeling irritable already when you have stuff scattered all around you. And if you are actually decluttering your immediate areas that you spend the most time in, your bedroom where you're supposed to relax, your kitchen where you eat, when you want to prepare stuff for your family, your den or your family room or living room, whatever you call it. I'm from Chicago, the French room. If you know, you know. Decluttering your home can help reduce anxiety. And it's who doesn't want like less anxiety? Let's be honest. I mean, duh. I'm sitting here and I'm recording this, and Buster's next to me under the desk, and he is snoring like no tomorrow. I don't know if that's coming up on the mic, but it's hilarious. This is one that I really liked because I'm trying to do this more this year. But decluttering your home encourages gratitude, being grateful for what we have and focusing on what's important to us and your family is important, but it's really super easily forgotten in today's world. Let's be honest. Okay. Decluttering our homes apparently can help increase feelings of gratitude because you become more aware of what you have. And when our homes are free of clutter, we can appreciate each other and not the things. Think about that. I so want that. I want basically my whole life to revolve around just Mr. Sith and Peter and just creating experiences and memories. That's like what I want for us in 2024. Improved health habits. I told you guys there were lots of these. I was like, wow, why are we living in clutter? Improved health habits, because if the task to declutter is overwhelming, remember that it doesn't have to happen all at once. They literally said you can start with like 15 minutes a day. I'm starting in little increments of like room. I did this room and then I moved to the other room. My closet is a huge, huge endeavor. So I've been doing it for 3 days. I did my side, just the clothes part and the upper part of the shelving. And then Mr. Sith came in the next day and did his clothes. And then now I'm going to go in today. So day 3. And we're going to do, I'm going to do the bottom half of my closet. And so you got to start from somewhere, but in little bits and pieces. And then as you do it in little bits and pieces, you get that sense of gratification, that decreased anxiety. And as a result, I'm also getting like improved health habits. I'm going to be doing the decluttering more often, right? I want to keep doing it. I'm reducing my anxiety. And in all honesty, you're going to feel happier in a house that's clean. It just is what it is. I think that if that's not a statistic, it should be already. Just saying. Increase creativity. Okay, so this is huge for people like myself who work from home. I really struggled with trying to find time to record podcasts while the parentals were here. I felt like they were like edging over my shoulder. And obviously a lot of my content is around my family. And so I just felt awkward recording my own podcast in my home while they were here. So now that they're gone, I mean, I shot out everything in like this month. I've been doing really well. I'm encouraged. The creative juices are stirring again. I know like what topics I want to talk about, and I can break it down for like the rest of the month. I have stuff planned for March. That's huge because a decluttered space acts as a blank canvas for your thoughts. Think about that. Because a cluttered home gives off like vibes of an untidy mind, right? An uninhabited space, which is a total creativity blocker. But if you are, if everything's like clean and like crisp, you just want to sit there. And that's like a perfect example, clean and crisp. How many people can't wait to go to bed once you've done your fresh sheets? Oh, I don't even sleep. And I'm just like, ooh, fresh sheets. I'm going to take a shower and jump in here and just hang out. I love it. Same thing with creativity. So I'm just saying. More energy. Okay. So you found, you will find that I don't know why I can't. I'm going to need some water. I'm like so dry today. It's so dry in my house. I don't even know. I turn up the humidifier and I get like weird like condensation, and then you turn down the humidifier and it's like, then my lips are dry and everything. It's disgusting. So there's like no middle ground right now in the Midwest. I personally have found that as I'm decluttering, it's giving me energy back. Okay. Because I'm not spending like all of this time of my physical or mental energy doing so much housework. I know that in the end, this is going to make my life so much easier. You know what I'm saying? You have to know what I'm saying. You have to, people. It's really I can't tell you guys how incredibly psyched I am that so many people are doing this, because it means I feel like it's a movement right now after everything we've been through, and that people are really concentrating on a more simple, holistic, faithful life right now. We want to bring in the new year and bring in with our family and creating memories and experiences. And we don't want all this junk. We don't want things anymore. That to me is just a positive. Another thing, more time, right? Because if your house is decluttered, it means you have more time to actually spend doing stuff you want rather than cleaning around your damn house. That's kind of common sense, right? You're more productive, which makes sense, because if you're already feeling better and you've got healthier habits and you're increasing your creativity, obviously you're going to be more productive, because the disorganized environment will impact your ability to focus. But when you're not cluttered, your mind quickly becomes unchaotic and goes right into being crisp and sharp. Crisp and clean, coming back again. There's a theme with that. Decluttering creates confidence. I 100% agree with this, because I feel like it's actually inspiring me and firing me up to do more decluttering. I want to do this. I want to do that. Decluttering, as much as it is a daunting task, okay, it creates a sense of confidence and self-efficacy. Did I say that word right? I don't even know. But decluttering is energizing. It is absolutely energizing, because the more you do, the more you want to do, because you feel so self-satisfied from it. Completely agree with that one. It improves your mood, makes total sense there, because hello, we just talked about it, right? Because if you increase your mood, though, I will state that also will increase your heart rate. Cleaning and organizing clutter can benefit mental and physical health, because I will tell you, I've been running up and down these stairs. I've went up and down 3 flights. It would be 1, 2, 3, 4 flights of stairs. And I've been doing like 8 to 9 loads of laundry a day. And I'm going up 4 flights of stairs with autoimmune and folding, putting away properly, plus cleaning. I got garbage bags. I got donation bags. Plus I have some stuff that we're doing on like the local Facebook market or garage sale site. Because I'm moving it. I'm moving it all. I'm just moving it out. That improves your mood. I feel great about it. And I'm glad, because I need some self-esteem going up too. More downtime. Yeah, you know why? Because I'm not cleaning anymore. Once I get all this, I'm going to have less to clean and organize and maneuver around on my evenings and weekends. So I'll have time for me and the fam bam. You know what I'm saying? Who doesn't want that? I'm all in for that. And then we have one more here. It's funny because it says it reduces allergens. Amen to that. Because I honestly think I need to get my vents cleaned as well, like the air ducts. I guess I guess I should say, I don't know, air ducts. But it reduces allergens because the less clutter you have, right? You're reducing allergens to your home, all that stuff. Because then you could start dusting tops. For me, especially in my closet, I had stuff piled everywhere. And then Mr. Sith is horrible with that. And he puts stuff down and he has no conception where it is. That's why, like, we're going to have like all of his tools and stuff like in labeled things, and they must be here, and you can't put them, because he'll say he's going to put it away, but then he puts it down somewhere to put it away later because he was too lazy to do it the first time, and then he forgets it's there. But it's never the same spot. So there's multiple things all over the house, basement, and garage that he just doesn't remember that he put there. Yep. Anybody else's husbands do that? Literally, Mr. Magoo. So the last one that I'm going to talk about is decluttering helps better financial management. This was curious to me because, so I had to ask myself, okay, so they say, have you ever bought something that you know you already have, but you couldn't find it? See how that segue worked right now? Okay. I'm not even kidding. I'm going to take a picture and put it on social media when I'm done. I'll put it on the Finding Calm in the Chaos Facebook page or something. But I am telling you, when I clean everything and we're done, I am going to take a picture of how many utility knives we actually have, or how many duplicates of stuff that we have that Mr. Sith couldn't find. I'm pretty sure that we're almost at a dozen tape measures too. I'm pretty sure. I personally keep a small one because I measure out my crochet when I'm doing Afghans and stuff. But yeah. So if you think that you have something in your house, but you just can't find it. Yeah. Little things, right? More energy for your greatest passions, less debt, more financial freedom, and a clean home. Because now you can focus your energy on things that you enjoyed instead of like walking around wondering where everything is, and you can't do a project because he doesn't know if he has all these things. Every time we do a project, and they're very similar, he will tell me he needs tools. And I'm like, where are all the other tools we bought? You couldn't trim the trees unless you had a chainsaw. I bought you one with an extender, and you are not trimming the damn trees outside. Was there something missing on it? I'll tell you what was missing in Denise's world. I know the solution, what was missing. I was missing buying a person to hold the stick with the chainsaw and trim a damn tree. I was missing the arborist. I don't know what they're called, but I just made that word up. There could be an arborist. But the tree, that's what I'm missing. The tree guy. I don't know why I bought it. Mr. Sith's not going to cut the damn trees. He barely cuts the damn grass. And this year he doesn't have to worry about that because we don't have any goddamn grass in the backyard. Sorry, I just said goddamn. Whatever. Sorry. Amen. It happens. I'm working on swearing. I don't know if anybody's noticed. I've done pretty dang good in this episode. I'm going to try to reduce it on the weekends as well. But, baby steps for me with that. I'm just going to be honest with you. I can't eat plant-based, declutter my house, get Peter to homeschool stuff, plan stuff in the summer. We're thinking about, we're not thinking about, we're putting together and starting to, we're going to redo our kitchen. So that's a lot, right? That's a lot. So if I throw out an occasional F-bomb and some swears and cursing, we're going to have to give me some, but I am trying. So I want to see if you guys notice. But better financial management. I thought that was pretty cool because financial freedom, you get, you spend more wisely. Who doesn't? We all need to do that, in all honesty. There are some people I know who are uber frugal, but I believe that sometimes it's bad on both ends. So for me, I am a spender, but I also have friends who are uber frugal, and it's what are you saving your money for? Who's it going to? Where, when you want to do something and you have the money, but you're questioning whether or not you can do it, but you have lots of money, that's a problem too. I listened to a podcast that told me about that. I like him. I can't think of his name. I think his name's Ronnie, R-A-N-I or R-O-N-I, Ronnie. I don't know, but I love him. But when you get used to living with less clutter, and learning to be intentional and mindful about what you let into your life and your house, you're going to make better financial decisions, making you have better financial freedom. Period. Pretty cool, right? I thought that was. I was like, yeah, we're wrapping it up with that. Anyway, so I am super pumped that everybody is decluttering. I do think that overall, as a people across America, because these are all different friends that I know online that are all mentioning how they're just decluttering and going through stuff. And I'm like, wow, this is like a decluttering revolution. That is good though, because I think what it does is over the last like 4 years, I mean, let's put it out there. It's been pretty shitty in the state of affairs in this country. I can only speak again for the US. Sometimes I'll get a message from somebody outside of the US and they'll be like, we have that same situation here. I'm sorry that you do if you do, but I can only speak for where I am, and that is the United States of America. So I think that it's a good path that I see this huge faith movement. This is really heartwarming to me. And it provides me with a lot of encouragement that right now there's this huge like Jesus revolution, for lack of a better term, in Chicago, which really needs a movement. Chicago pretty much needs Jesus. But you know what I'm saying? There is this movement that is happening with respects to faith and cleaning and this returning, this minimalist concentrating on the family. And I think that's something that disappeared or was in an attempt to be taken from us. I'm just putting that out there. And that people are kind of bringing that back. Everyone's tired of being anxious and stressed. And, you can't even watch TV. Well, I don't watch TV. I just realized, I'm going to end this podcast with that. Stop watching TV. We have a TV. Don't get this right. So I want to clarify. People are like, what do you watch if you don't watch TV? We watch television, like the actual box called a television. Okay. We have those. We just only choose to stream. So we don't do cable. We don't do I certainly don't do local channels. I don't want to know what the hell's going on in Chicago, because all they're doing is posting all the negative shit that happens, because right now it's all negative. And so when you are inundating yourself with watching news, and especially knowing that, it's pretty much been out there. It is not a secret anymore that news all over the country are telling you the same thing. They're not really giving us news per se. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, that's a whole nother conversation. But so we don't want to watch that. And I was on Facebook and I was doing my post, and I just do I go and I look at my timeline. I want to see, my people too. I like to know what's going on. And I use it for social reasons, right? And I was like, so I asked a friend, what does Taylor Swift have to do with football? And everyone's like, well, it's Super Bowl Sunday. And I'm like, oh, it is? I had no clue. First off, I don't watch football. Okay. And for those listening out of the country, American football, which has nothing to do with a ball or your feet. There's that. So what is... So I was like, okay, but it's Super Bowl Sunday. So lots of celebrities go to that. Why is it a big deal that Taylor Swift went? I don't not hate Taylor Swift. I do not necessarily like Taylor Swift. I don't know anything about her. I don't listen to that kind of music. Okay. It's just, I don't. So I can't give or take whether or not I have an opinion of her. I really only know the stuff that everybody will make a TikTok out of, you know what I'm saying? So don't send me take it easy, Swifties, sit down. But I was like, what is going on? Can somebody please explain this to me? But then I found out apparently that she's dating the quarterback of one of the teams, or is he a quarterback? I don't even know. That just came out. So I don't know that he's a quarterback. There's that. So I don't know. I don't watch football. We're a hockey family. No clue that it was Super Bowl. I don't care about Super Bowl. Certainly don't care about commercials. I mean, honestly, they spend millions of dollars on a commercial on crap. Let's be honest. Think about it. Everyone's like, I watch just for the commercials. Why? I'm curious. Why would you watch something you don't want to watch for commercial? Because I literally spend my entire life trying to find things to watch without commercials. So why would I watch like a company that spent millions of dollars to buy an ad spot to sell you something that's most likely crap? 99.9% of the time is crap. Let's be honest. Why don't they take all of that money and donate it to, I don't know, the border situation happening here? I'm just saying there are better uses for millions of dollars going into advertising to watch a game that's stupid. I said it. Whatever, send the hate mail. I don't care. Anyway, that's where we're at. You guys have a fantastic freaking hump day. And I will see you. Is this a coffee talk week? No, I did coffee talk last week. So I will see you guys next Wednesday. Until next time, lead with kindness. Bye-bye.